We are here for a grand Tuesday and some tarot readings, as we do every day here on Tarot Oracle channel. Wait for people to join. I need an intro screen where it just plays music for 60 seconds while everybody joins. That way, it'll be a little smoother transition than me sitting here talking to myself. Welcome to live chat. Miss Sanya, hello. How is it going? Snow White, what a great name. Hey, how are you? And Jocelyn, hey there. Lisa, how is it going? How's everyone doing? It is Tuesday. We survived Monday. That was a manic Monday as well. Love a love reading? Sure, let me know what you want to find out. Beth, hello. How is it going? It's good to see you as well. Tarot Magician, hey. TTM, how are you? Stopping by to say hello. I appreciate you stopping by. Love me a reading? Sure. What's your question? Emily, how's it going? HX Shimsy, haven't seen you in a couple of streams. Hey, how's it going? Tomorrow, we're having the grand release of the Echoes of Nature Oracle, which has a literal gazillion cards. So we're releasing this tomorrow at 6 p.m. You get $10 off if you're one of the first 30 backers. So this is a 72 card deck that I made, and it contains things like that, let's see, lots and lots of different stuff. We got cats, we got dogs, we got landscapes, we got more dogs, we got more landscapes, we got more dogs, we got tigers. We got tigers and lions and trees and everything else. So if you like these types of cards, you can get that for $39 or $29 if you come early. All right, so we got a lot of questions here. Mary, hello. Billy, how's it going? Dax, how are you? Lisa, welcome back. It's Diane, welcome back as well. Little B, hello, how are you? All right, let's see. Love reading from you. What are the ex-Libra's feelings for me currently? We will try that and see how it goes. Where do you go? Reading title. Is that it? Yeah, reading title. Here we go. All right. Are we on the main screen? Yes. Okay. ML wants to know, what are Libra X feelings for me? So this is your ex, and your ex is a Libra. Blah, blah. Hello. How's it going? Are you the original blah? Did you rename? Did you rename? Find out. Let's see. All right. Let's go to the love screen. Do we have actual love here? Let's find out. You know what I want to use for this? I want to use the Golden Tarot. We just don't use the Golden Tarot enough. Just don't use the Golden Tarot enough. Assel, hello. How's it going? Blab blah. That's a fun name. What's going on? Beth, hey, how are you? Would like to find out about my new job and my man. The job and the man combination. Juicy Peach, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Can I get Elle to have a fling with me? Well, that should be a simple process. Should be a simple process to get a fling. Flings are quite easy to get started. We'll find out about that right after we do. ML, what are the Libra's X feelings for me? So, the Tower, the Moon. We got a couple of majors starting this out. So we're sort of sneaking into the majors here. The Tower followed by the Moon means sort of a disruption of feelings or a change-up of feelings. G.A. Peach and Inga, welcome. And Gabriella, welcome as well. Antonella, hey, how are you? And Denise, how's it going? Angel, hey. So we have that turmoil of feelings, or the mixture of feelings, more of a change around of feelings, where feelings go from one state into the next. Let's see, as far as the X's Libra's feeling, and the Libra is going to sort of want to get back to that balance as well. So a Libra is going to want to get back to the balance, and they're going to want to sort of get everything back to normal. A lot of that is going to be through the Tower, through that disruption of everything, through that turmoil that sort of comes with having an X and sort of having that time between you know, when you were in love and then when you weren't in love and when you're having all the arguments, etc., etc. So the Tower and Moon is a lot of turmoil and a lot of different feelings going through your Libra X as well, as far as how that goes. So how are they feeling about you? We do have the Seven of Swords. It seems like that They feel that you took a lot away from the relationship, that Seven of Swords feel. You took a lot away. You took a lot of their heart away. You took a lot of feelings away. And you sort of moved through that process and sort of, and everyone sort of got hurt, basically. Everyone got hurt. And it wasn't a pleasant ending. It wasn't something that did that. As far as if they want to get back together, I assume that's your question. Page of Wands followed by the Five of Coins sort of says no. Sort of says no, that they moved on. And they're looking at something different. They're looking for something different. They're not looking for that same pattern that you possibly had before, that same pattern that you went for, and all that stuff. So the Page of Wands, again, is back to that beginning action, or the beginning action, trying to start over in a lot of different respects, or sort of move on in their life and move on to other things. And the Five of Coins sort of points me to that getting back into that space with you and getting a relationship started again doesn't seem like it's a sure thing, or it's going to be an easy thing to get started. Again, it's almost like they don't want to repeat the process, or they don't want to move into that space again with you, and because they think it's going to turn out the same, right? It's really going to turn out the same. We're going to go through the same path, the same movements. We're going to go through the same motions and end up in the same place. So I think until they know that things have changed, until they think they know that the problems have been fixed, it's going to be a hesitant thing for them to jump into that Five of Coins. Just makes it look quite a bit challenging if you sort of want to leap into that at full speed. Sid Foley, hello, welcome back. Blue Crayola, welcome back as well. Margaret Wallace, it's good to see you. And Joseph, hey, how are you? It's good to see you this evening. All right, so Juicy Peach wants to know, let's see, let's get off the love screen. Let's go back to the love screen. All right, go back to the main screen here. Juicy Peach wants to know, where's my reading title? Here it is. So JP, let's see, can I get home keys correctly? Can I get L to have a fling with me? Seems like it should be an easy process for sure. Hello, Tarot Oracle, are you able to give me advice? Hello, Rachel, how's it going? Sid, it's so good to see you. It's a work colleague, and they're also married. Oh my, that's complex. So I don't know, but there's flirting, unless I'm imagining. Deborah, hey, how's it going? It's good to see you. What would be a good fling, a work fling for a married person? I'm thinking the Hush Tarot, because you probably want to keep that hushed, right? The Hush Tarot, that just fits. It fits. This is the Hush Tarot, made for this. CM, welcome. It's good to see you as well tonight. Shatrellis, welcome back. It's great to see you. Ronnie Sue, hey, how are you? And Red Sage Tarot, it's great to see you tonight as well. Everybody's here. We got the whole family. Got the Tarot Oracle family. By the way, tomorrow night at 6, starting 30 minutes early, we're going to release my Oracle deck onto Kickstarter. And if you're within the first 30 people to buy it, you get $10 off. So it's going to be $10 off. It's nice. Deborah, hey, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see, did you have a question? Let me know your question, Deborah. Let's see, why would you even want to? I don't know. We don't judge, we just do the readings. We don't judge, we just do the readings. But the Hush Tarot does fit. The Hush Tarot does fit. All right. So we have a flirting going on, and we want to find out if there is a possibility of a fling with L at work. Mom Bear, hello. It's good to see you. Let's see. The whole family, when did the fight start? No. We don't have a dysfunctional family. We have a functional family, a great family, a fantastic family. So anyway, all right. We got the Ace of Swords. There is that communication. There is that flirtatious thing going on. And the Temperance as well. Mixing what should not be mixed, right? The Temperance, if you look at the Thoth, the Temperance is mixing fire with water. Mixing things that should not be mixed. So you do have that connection, you do have that communication, and we're moving in again to things that shouldn't be mixed. Things that are going to sort of conflict. But there is that initial flirtatious thing. There is that initial possible fling. There is that sort of setting the tone with the first two cards. The Brady Bunch as well. Hey, Brianna, welcome. It's so good to see you. Beth, how is it going? Brianna, how it goes the job hunts? But yeah, things that shouldn't be mixed. So you do have that forbidden air, right? The forbidden air is always fun. It is always fun for the forbidden air. So yeah, the Six of Swords. You're moving into that trip or that journey. The Six of Swords is usually a... let's see, what do we have at the end? This is such a weird reading. Rach Star, thank you for your donation. And Blue Crayola, thank you for your donation as well. Greatly appreciate it. Did Rach Star, did you have a question? Let me know what your question is. The same with Deborah. Let me know if you had the question as well. Let's see. Should I answer my son Jesse's email? Okay, we'll check that out in a minute. But you do have that forbidden air. You do have that fun air and sort of that flirty thing. And we're moving into making a trip or making a trip. Basically, if you want to know if... Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Never have an affair with somebody based upon some random dude on YouTube. Read the cards. Use your better judgment as to how to proceed. But basically, we do have that moving forward feel with the Six of Swords moving forward. But it is sort of a gloomy outcome. It does have that gloomy feel to it once it gets started and once it starts rolling in. And we do have that Eight of Pentacles, meaning that it's going to disrupt work as well. So you do have that gloomy feel that sets in after it begins, if it begins, and it will disrupt work as well. I'm not sure if you're ready for that or whatever. The Two of Wands at the end domain, it means that things sort of open up or opportunities open up. May not necessarily be a great thing, but opportunities do open up as far as the relationship goes. If you... relationship goes, if you are so inclined. But again, I mean, as far as how it goes, if you're willing to do that, this is for entertainment purposes only, but you do have that forbidden air, that interesting air about it. It is a trip that you could possibly take. It will just annihilate work, and it will open up some different opportunities for a relationship. Not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that these are what the cards are, and use your better judgment. That sounds like quite a risque proposition. But hey, we don't judge here. We just read the cards. We just read the cards. So do what you would like and let us know how it goes. Let us know how that works out. Let's see, Juicy Peach. So wanted the fling. And Deborah, or as I say, Deborah. Should I answer my son Jesse's email? Okay. We'll find out. For DV, should I answer my son's email? Let's check it out. Check it out. What would be a good... on the phone, there isn't an option to like. At least I can't find it. Oh. All right. What would be a good Jesse's email? I think it would be the Echoes of Nature. We haven't seen this before. I've been spamming this thing for like 2 months. I have been spamming this deck for 2 months. I'm kind of excited to get it out in the open and let people grab it if you want it. Take a shot at it if you want it. We'll find out. We'll do a 3-card reading here. Sid, hey, how's it going? Will my biopsy be good? Well, I hope so. I hope so, Sid. We'll check that out in just a minute. Get rid of the spam Echoes of Nature. Oh, look at that. We got dreams. We got higher perspective and big opportunities. All right. So let's find out how this relates to, Sid, thanks again. I greatly appreciate it. We'll find out how this relates to answering Jesse's email, answering your son's email. Big opportunities. We are looking at the sun in Aquarius. I think that, and the Aquarius points to that technology as well and points to that positive outlook in the technology as well as big opportunities, sort of points us again to the possibility that things could work out or things could be a good future as far as that's concerned. And we do have sort of that cloud. We do have a bit of clouds, not a ton. It's not raining. It's not gloomy. But we do have that sun sort of hitting the leaves and brightening things up. So it's the information that comes across or the email that comes across. There's some brightening up or there's some good news coming across within that. So one thing about dreams, this is a fairly complex card. And I'll go through this in my course that I'm currently preparing. But dreams has a lot of interesting aspects. One is you don't really know what the cat is looking at. You don't really know what the cat is looking at up here. It could be something great. It could be something the cat wants to catch or something like that. So there's an air of unknown with dreams. There's an air of unknown. In addition, it's an early card. This is a mid card. An early card sort of means that we're going to sort of sneak up on this, and it's going to have a different outcome than what you expect. I think that what you think is going to happen is not exactly what is going to happen, or not exactly what is going to go down. You do have an air of unknown with this, especially once you get that Neptune feel that dreams has. Again, there's nothing up there, and that's Neptune feel. So higher perspective, again, we're getting into the late cards. We're getting into sort of the late game of the email, what happens with the email. And again, we're looking at something that is sort of going to change because we're looking at Pluto now, and Pluto's really going to sort of mix things up or make things a bit different again than what you expect. Things are going to be a different outcome. So basically it's saying, yes, there's some big opportunities within the email. There's an unknown factor or some different factors that are going to come in that you're not aware of, and you're going to sort of learn something or move on to various things once you hit that. So basically it's saying yes, but just don't expect to know everything about the outcome, because I think the outcome is going to be a bit different than what you think it is. But overall, yes or no question, it means yes, but with some various tricks involved, or various factors involved that you haven't actually run into yet. Let's see, random. What are Kendall Jenner and Harry Styles' feelings towards each other? Will they get back together in the future? Well, all right. That is the first movie star, not movie star. That is the first celebrity. They're not movie stars. That is the first celebrity question I think I've ever had. What are KJ and HS feelings towards each other? All right. Let's find out what their feelings are toward each other. Let's see. Live by his conditions. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go how you expected, but I mean, basically, it's saying yes. I mean, as far as the deck goes, as far as the answer goes, as far as that movement goes, I mean, that's how it is. Light Seers Tarot. We're going to try that out for this. We have a celebrity reading. A bit random indeed, but should be fun. Should be fun. I thought about doing celebrity readings before, and I think it'd be kind of fun to find out what is going to happen. You know, like what is going to be the election outcome. What types of things are we going to run into as far as celebrity news in the next, few months or what have you. So I thought that would be kind of fun as well. Turn that off. All right. So we're going to figure out here. Hello from Florida. Well, hello back from Texas. How is it going? Sid, I gave you mod. You're here so much, and I love you so much. I just made you mod because you're special to me. All right. So let's find out about this. KG, let's do KJ over here. Let's do HS over here. So we got the two aspects of what are their feelings towards each other. I think Kendall has the Moon and the King of Cups. I think they're attracted. I think they do have that attraction. I think it's going to be something that's going to be fairly strong in the future. As with all celebrity relationships, I think it's going to sort of just peter out and die off fairly quickly, as most do. But I mean, I just see that coming from this. It's pretty obvious from the Hermit and the Moon combination, as we have here going from this emotional stability into this almost this Virgo field where you just don't want to deal with it and whatnot. But I think that she is attracted, and I do think that she has an opportunity to get things, get things going further and get more of a serious relationship or whatnot. But I think that is possible. I do think that there's some strong feelings there. I do think that she does have some other things going on, or other relationships going on. I don't see this as being an isolated relationship. And I say that because of the style of the Moon. So she's sort of underwater. It's almost like, underwater, taking a look up at the Moon. The Moon is sort of shining down. And between these combinations, I think she has a bunch of different aspects of different relationships going on. I don't think that would be her main relationship or her one relationship and what have you. But, I mean, that's just the way I see it. Now, as far as Harry, I think that Harry sort of wants to be left alone. I think it's almost like that he has plans. He has these plans that he wants to do. And some of the relationship is going to sort of interfere with those plans. And with the Hermit, I think a lot of that is I just want to be with my plans and with my work and get some of these opportunities done or get some of these things done. I think that he has that 5-year plan, that 10-year plan, and he really wants to stick with it. This is going to be a thing to where if he's interrupted with it or something like that, does he care about a fling? I think he'd be okay with that. But I think long term, he's not going to be good with a marriage, or long term, he's not going to be good with a long term, not going to be good with a really, really serious. If it interferes with what he wants to do, because I think he knows what he wants to do, and nobody's going to get in the way. He seems like really determined. We have that Hermit and the Four of Cups. In other words, he doesn't like his present situation. He wants to improve. He wants to move on. He wants to sort of get kicking into the direction that he wants to go. But that's just the way I see the cards. I'll find out, celebrity relationships. Find out how that goes, or find out what they think. Tash Z, hello, welcome. Lisa, welcome back. It's so good to see you, Lisa. And Elizabeth, hello, welcome as well. All right. So we did that, and let's do Blue Crayola. Can I get a February reading for BC? Let's find out about the BC February reading. That is right around the corner. February general reading for BC. Let's see what's going on. What would be a good general reading for February? I think it'd be the Thoth. No, I want to do something different. I want to do something radically different. The last time I did I don't have a screenshot for this, so I'm sorry in advance, but the last time I did the Victorian Romantic Tarot, everyone got excited. Everyone got all excited, and they love this deck, and I love this deck as well. Victoria, hey, how are you? Welcome. Doing Tuesday night readings. We survived that Blue Monday that was yesterday, because, wow, that was bad. That was bad for a lot of people. So we survived it. We made it. We made it into Tuesday, and we're rocking Tuesday. Tomorrow we're going to do the release event. I'm all excited. Lisa from Florida, what's going on with this? Okay, February, can I get a February reading? Hey, Aquarius Owl, welcome. It's good to see you. Pastor Z, thank you for the donation. I greatly appreciate it. You cut things off with a niece? Oh, okay. All right. I remember that you were all excited about Anissa last time I gave you that Anissa reading. So let us know what happened. So tell us what happened with Anissa while I do this other reading. Annie Law, welcome. It's good to see you. Blue Crayola, Victor, how are you? All right, so let's get a February reading, sort of looking a month ahead, find out what's going on. Four of Swords and the World. Let's see, 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. I think you're in for a bit of a money surge. Obviously, this is only 30 days, so what can you expect? I don't think you'd be winning the lottery. I do think that you are in for a rock-solid stability in February. I think some things that are volatile that you're sort of going through with the Four of Swords and with the progression that you sort of had with some of the issues that you've had, some of the problems that you've run into, because you have run into some problems. You are dealing with some things, it's just like dealing with some things that are going to settle down and sort of progress into a final stage. Does that make sense? They've been moving, they've been volatile, they've been back and forth. They're going to progress to a final stage. Afia, welcome. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. We'll check out Michael's feelings in just a minute. But yeah, I think you do have an opportunity to settle a lot of this down. I think too, again, with your money, with not only the stability, but with your money, I think that you're due for some money. You're due for a bit of money. Again, not going to win the lottery. If you do have opportunities for money, I think those are going to work out. It's almost like the planets are aligning in February for you within the second house, right? The second house of possessions, the second house of money. I think that's really aligned to you. And I say that because there's a 9 and 10 of Pentacles, and I do choose cards completely randomly. I'll go through and I'll pick cards from random positions. I don't just go from the top. So, yeah, I mean, this is completely random, and it's interesting we got that 9 and 10 of Pentacles. So, again, I think you're in for a stabilization of the volatile stuff you've been dealing with. I think you're dealing with a bunch of trash. Some of that is going to be able to be shed in February and be fixed and be stabilized. Again, the world with these great cards, these fantastic cards over here, say that you're going to come into a bit of money or come into that second house, that strong second house feel that you have in astrology coming around in February. So we're going to have that money sort of start rolling in. I don't think it's going to stop in February. I think it's just going to keep coming. So you're going to have these opportunities. And I think it's going to be a pretty good month for you. I mean, that looks really good. Tarot has plenty of negative cards. I didn't see a single one. It was just amazing reading for a February. So let's know how that resonates and find out. Let's see. February's coming. Can you do February reading? Yes. Okay. Sid Foley. Thanks again, Sid. I appreciate you being here, Sid. Let's see. Sid Foley wants to know, will results from biopsy be good? The fact that you had to have a biopsy, that's not great news, but hopefully it will come out good. What is a good biopsy tarot deck? Is there one? Is there a biopsy? This might hurt tarot. You know it was coming. You knew it the minute you heard the question. You knew I was going to get the this might hurt tarot. You just knew it. So, yeah. Blue Crayola. How does Kim feel about me? Song of the Healer. Welcome. Have not seen you before. By the way, if you have not hit like and subscribe, please hit like and subscribe. I would so appreciate it. Really helps me in the YouTube algorithm to get some people in here. Get some new people in here. We'll all hang out and do the live stream thing. The live stream thing. This might hurt tarot. Indeed. If you have a biopsy, you got to have the this might hurt tarot. I think this is perfect. You guessed it. Yep. You knew it. Sid knew it. Sid knew it from the beginning. Anytime we have something humorous that I can possibly do, we're gonna do the this might hurt tarot out of it. So the biopsy, keeping what you have, keeping what you have. Now that is an interesting card. Keeping what you have, getting progression or getting some good news back. The Queen of Cups in the world. I think it's gonna work out okay, man. I think it's gonna work out okay. We have very, very clear indications. Rashu, welcome. Hey, how's it going? We have some very clear indications that it's going to work out great, especially with the world being the last card. So let's sort of go over what is happening here. The Four of Pentacles. I mean, you do have that feel. You do have that feel of hanging on, not only what you have, but there's also the Fortuna is associated with this card as well. And I know it is the Lord of not Lord of Bliss. I know it is the sort of the keeping the money, but it's also sort of getting the money or getting that good news. And I think that you will be getting some news as far as that's concerned. You'll be able to keep what you have. In other words, when I hear this with a medical situation, keep what you have or hang on to what you have, that leads me to whatever the biopsy was looking at, you don't have to take it out. You don't have to take it out. Does that make sense, Sid? You can keep it. You don't have to remove it. So hopefully that makes sense because that's really what I see as far as medical concerns and all that. Song of the Healer, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your donation. And I love your dog. Song of the Healer, where are you? Send me a picture of your dog. I may draw your dog. I like that picture. In the description, my email, send me a couple of pictures of your dog. I draw stuff, by the way. So I draw this and I drew that. So I draw dogs and cats and whatnot. So if you like these drawings, send me a picture of your dog. I like your dogs. It's cute. Rates star general love rating? Sure. We'll get to that here in just a second. But yeah, you're going to be able to keep what you have. You're not going to have to get anything removed. That's basically it says. Yeah, you don't want to be cut into it anymore. I agree. Nine of Pentacles, that's looking promising. It's looking very promising as far as Nine of Pentacles. One other thing I see with the Nine of Pentacles as well as I think you have some different news coming. I think you have a bunch of medical things going on, and you're going to sort of have to deal with some other things sort of coming up. The Queen of Cups points me to maybe something else. It seems like you don't just have one thing, you have multiple things. So, once you see what that is, I think that you're going to be able to get that resolved if you have something else. But basically the world says that basically the world says that you have good news, and Four of Pentacles says you get to keep what you have. They're not going to cut into you, so this might not hurt tarot. This might not hurt tarot. All right. Anyway, thank you again, Sid. I greatly appreciate you, man. All right, Tash Z. All right, we have some updates from Anise. Let me know if I'm pronouncing Anise correctly. By the way, I think it's Anise. I cut off with Anise. How's his feelings currently? All right. So you cut it off with Anise. Was that the one where you're just getting old? Hey, I hear you, man. I'm almost 60. I'm almost 60, Sid. I'm almost 60. I'm looking forward to retiring, man. I think Rosetta Tarot would be good. I think we used Rosetta Tarot before for the Anise reading. So yeah, there's that. Find out what's happening. Get an update. Get an update. Maybe. Well, I moved back home. Jocelyn, thank you for the donation. I greatly appreciate it. Find out if A is coming back. I'm sure that sounded great. That shuffling right beside the microphone. I need to get my microphone and mount it somewhere so I can have it moved around. Have it moved next to me. Move next to me. All right. Find out what Anise, Prince of Cups. That is interesting. All right, and Art. Now, Art is an unusual ending for this. What are the feelings for you currently? The Four of Discs. I think they're just looking. Anise is looking for stability. Looking for stability. I think Anise has had the relationship. I think Anise has had what they wanted, but now they're just looking for everything to stabilize. So a lot of times you go into a relationship for multiple goals. One goal is I want to fling, like we had earlier, right? Well, I want to fling. Another goal is I want a relationship, just to have a relationship, have somebody there, be able to go out and have fun, go bowling, whatever, whatever. And the other one is I want stability. I want things to not be volatile, or I don't like the spice. I don't like the spice in relationships. And the Four of Discs points me to, by the way, that's an absolutely just terrible representation of the Thoth card, but okay. But the Four of Discs points to that stability, and in the Thoth card, that's a home, or that's sort of a home base or a castle. And I think Anise just wants the stability at this point. They've had the relationship, they've had the fling, they've had the drama, they've had the spice. At this point, they want things to settle down. So that's what you see across the spread, is just that I want it to settle down, right? The Prince of Cups, the gliding through, the romantic gliding through, sort of almost the player, in a lot of respects, where the Prince of Cups has turned upside down. Sort of done with that, right? Sort of done with that, tired of that, wants to move on to the next stage, wants something that's stable, wants something that's not spicy anymore. And again, you see that occurrence. And again, the Queen of Cups, the reflective property of our emotions, to where we can look into that reflective pool, or we can look into our emotions and see ourselves shine back. And in a relationship, that makes me think that they just want someone who has the same feelings as them. The stability, the mutual feelings, and somebody who can share those feelings, and somebody who can sort of get that synergy going. I think that's what they want at this point. I think what Anise wants at this point is he wants that synergy, that stability. He wants to be able to know what's going to happen with the relationship, not have any volatility, and just settle down. Tracy, thank you so much for your subscription. I greatly appreciate it. So Art, at the end of this, points to that things are going to sort of be, moving. Things are going to be moving. It's not going to be a settled state to where everything is relaxed. Things are going to keep moving, and you're going to have to move with it. When things move, when things change, you're going to have to change with it. It's not something where you can stay a certain way without changing and then magically get Anise back, or magically get Anise to do something. It's going to be something to where you're going to have to appeal to Anise's wants and needs. And from the cards, at least, the wants and needs again point to that stability, that lack of spice, and that reliability that comes with something that's more long-term. So that's what we're sort of seeing throughout that. Let me know if that resonates. I greatly appreciate your donation again. Mr. Virgo, do you have the Millennium Thoth? No, I do not. I do not have that one. Positivity to the point where he's playing around, ready to walk away. Yeah, you need that stability. And without that, it's all going to be just volatile and spicy, and it's going to get old quick, It gets old quick. The spicy is fun, I think, when you're like 20 years old. Then after that, maybe not so much. What are M's current feelings towards me? All right. Afia? Let me know how to pronounce that. I know I'm butchering that. I'm sorry. I do love pronouncing names correctly. Let me know how I pronounce that. And find out what's going on. All right. What is a good thing about finding out what M's feelings? I think that, I think that we're going to go for something different. Let's do something totally different. Like totally radically different. Let's see, and I just shuffled these two. We'll do these. This is, by the way, the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. Look at the beautiful backs on this thing. I love the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. So we'll just try that. So we'll draw 3 random cards and find out what are M's feelings towards you. Afia. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Afia. That is a cool name. That's a cool name. I have such a boring name. We have these great names in chat, like Blue Crayola, Honey Bunny, and Afia. And I have Tarot Oracle. My name is so boring, and it's too late to change it. Because I've been going for 10 years. It's too late to change. Too late, man. So, Blue Fairy Book. Well, this is an interesting name. Blue Fairy Book Fairy Gift Revealed and Rescued. There does seem to be some drama here. Does seem to be a bit of a drama. The blue in the Book Fairy, the Blue Fairy is pointing towards trying to get back to where they want to be. I think that there was some disruption. I think sort of things got disrupted, things got turned over, things got flopped over. Like I go to a cafeteria and I eat a pancake thing in the morning, and they flop it over. Anyway, so things have gotten flopped over into a different situation, and the situation is not optimal for everybody concerned. Basically, the Blue Fairy is sort of moving into that. Now, the Book Fairy is more of a learning process, trying to figure out how to resolve the situation, trying to figure out how to bring things back to normal. And bringing things back to normal may not be the most easy task, or may not be the easiest road that we're going to take in order to get back to where you need to be, as far as as far as getting them involved, or getting them looped in, or getting them to where you want to be. I think a lot of this is you want something different than they want, and you're going to have to come to some mutual agreement, or you're going to have to sort of figure this out. So there's a disconnect as far as that's concerned about what everyone wants and how everyone wants it to work out. And there's a bit of learning involved too, because it seems that a lot of things sort of conflict, or a lot of energies are sort of conflicting, and you don't really synergize that well together. So you're going to have to sort of work that out. As far as feelings towards you, if you're looking for this person for a relationship, Gift Revealed and Rescued points to the relationship would be an extremely short one. Or the relationship, if you want to jump into it, would be an extremely short one. I think it would be something more along the lines of, something to where it's just going to be just difficult to synergize again. Trying to figure this out, it may be hard, it may be difficult to do. If you want a short relationship, if you want that flingy thing and what have you, you can move forward with that. But again, you're just going to be disconnected a lot. You're going to have to work at getting the relationship going. You're going to have to work at keeping it going, because it's going to sort of trend to separating, right? It's going to have that Saturn feel. It's going to trend towards separating. Rescued, I think if you do have a relationship, I believe that you could come back together again and have a recurring relationship. Does that make sense? So you'd have a relationship, but it would be recurring. So you'd have it again and again and again type thing. It's almost like if you watch my video on the physical soulmate. I'm not saying you're soulmates. I don't see that at all. But a physical soulmate is a great possibility of getting back together, because you have that feel or what have you. But the Paul Abdul song, The Opposites Attract? I think that's sort of what you're dealing with here. Opposites do attract. Do opposites make for a good long-term thing? Do opposites make for something like that? Maybe not. But, that's just the way it goes. But anyway, let us know how that works out. I greatly appreciate your donation. And thank you so much for coming and visiting me. I don't remember you here before, and I appreciate you coming. and watching. Let me know what you think about the stream. I love all feedback. I love all feedback. All right, we're moving to Song of the Healer with my relationship with Ken Panda. You know what would be good for that? The love screen. The love screen. Rachel Stars. Let's see, RS. Went from AS to RS. Will my relationship with Kim pan out? Will it pan out? Be a good thing. Brianna, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right. I don't know. North Carolina would be financially, socially, and otherwise beneficial? Huh. Let's find out. It'll be interesting. Will my relationship with Kim pan out? Let's try something different. We're going to go with the pre-Raphaelite Tarot. I'm going to shuffle this. I just feel that this should be shuffled. But let's find out and get this thing shuffled up, see where we're going. All right, pre-Raphaelite Tarot, and one card wanted to stand out. One card wanted to stand out. Find along that. A good history of moonshine. See, now that's the state I'm talking about right there. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't drink anymore, but I'm getting old. I'm getting old, man. It's game over, man. It's game over. Okay, go with these and find out about that. Can you even see these cards? They really blend in with this background for sure. So, what am I sharing with Kim Panda out? That Five of Wands. It can be a bit of a spicy relationship. Five of Wands sort of points to that spicy, points to that back and forth. I do think that you have quite a bit to talk about. I don't think that it would be boring whatsoever. So the Five of Wands pointing to that spicy relationship, but maybe a bit spicy. You may go back and forth. You may have that bit of excitement. I think that the back and forth, that playfulness, I think is going to be really high with both of you. But it's one of those things when you want to jump into that, be ready for that. Because a lot of times you get into a relationship and it's kind of dull, it's kind of boring, and it's kind of repetitive, and you sort of know what to expect. This could be a situation where it's a bit more spicy, it's a bit more adventurous, which is good and bad, right? Which is good and bad. Are you that type of person that likes that type of thing, that likes that the bit of a adventurous, a bit of a fun factor? Everybody likes that, but again, some people just like a regular relationship. Some people maybe say a Cancer, like a really hardcore Cancer, just going to want a steady relationship. They're not going to want a lot of different stuff to go on and all that stuff. So normally, Kim, thank you so much for your donation. Hooked up with a Cancer guy a few times. Okay, we'll check that out in just a second. So, but we do have the Chariot. This is an interesting card as we sort of move in with here. You're asking, will the relationship pan out? I think the relationship should go forward and can go forward. By the way, entertainment purposes only. Never make a relationship decision based upon some random dude on YouTube. Makes sense, right? But I do think that King, again, that solemn feel of that King, the solemn feel of that King, along with a card that would be reborn or a rebirth of a lot of different things, being upside down or being reversed or being delayed, could mean that the relationship doesn't ultimately pan out like you want it to pan out. I mean, there's a lot of interesting majors. It's going to be a major, as you see with all these majors, it's an important decision. Even though it may not be an important decision to you, I think it's almost like that for the universe is concerned, for how everything goes is concerned, it's sort of a major decision or sort of a major thing that you want to embark in if you're going to embark in it. But you do have a lot of different factors here that are working against you as far as that, but it almost like that you should go forward with it, right? You have that Chariot feel. You should go forward with it. This is something that you're going to have, that's going to be very interesting for you. For some reason, it's very major. This is an odd place to be. And I say that because when you have a ton of majors in a relationship, with my relationship with Kim pan out, right? You have a ton of majors. If you're asking that question, you're already kind of unsure, right? And yet we have all of this big power within the spread. We have all of this movement. We have all of these big cards within the spread. And it really sort of points and focuses this intensity that we have within this realm. So again, I'm kind of curious as why this is such a major relationship. This is one of the things where I wish I could ask you questions on the phone or something. We have like a reading. When normally you do a reading, you can ask follow-up questions. But what is? Let us know in chat. What is so major about this? What is going on? Is this a time in your life to where you absolutely need someone? Is this someone that you feel could be your soulmate? I mean, these are questions that would sort of crop up when I see this powerful set of cards just littering the spread, right? Normally you do not see this. But anyway, let us know why this is sort of major. But again, it seems like something you should go forward with. You're going to have some downtime. This is going to be a very volatile type of thing to where you're going to have a back and forth. Don't expect it to be boring. It's not going to be boring at all. It may not be the best long-term relationship as far as long-term relationships is concerned, but most people don't care, right? Most people aren't looking to get married right away. You just met this person. You're not sure if you're going to have a relationship or not. If it's not a long relationship, who cares, right? So, all right, this is my first same-sex relationship in 30 years. Okay, well, that would do it then. There you go. So that would be why it's major. But as far as should you go forward with this, the cards say absolutely yes. The cards say there's a big learning process in here, and the cards basically are positive and say this is going to be a big point. It's going to be a big part of your life. So good luck with that. Let us know, Song of the Healer, how it goes. It sounds exciting. It's always fun to try some new stuff. Jade, hey, how's it going? Does my biological father want to meet someday? All right, let's find out about that after we do the rest of these readings. All right, may I get a general love reading for Rach Star? Sure. Let's find out about a general love reading. RS, general love reading. Let's find out about that. See how it goes. What would be a good general love reading? Let's go back to the main screen. And we'll do the Thoth. We haven't done the Thoth all night. I miss it. It's like my perfect companion. It is like my perfect companion. It's like if I ever wanted to just marry a deck of cards, it would be the Thoth for sure. It'd be awkward to marry a deck of cards, but I'm just throwing that out there, All right. Found about a general love reading. And here we go. You want to hear Jade's reading as well? Biological father. That's interesting. All right. So let's find out about a general love reading. Let's see. That is a wild set of cards. Now you have 3 majors in a general love reading. Are you in a relationship right now? I think that if you're in a relationship right now, if we're moving into this space to where you're currently in love, you currently have somebody, I think that there's some things about them that are going to be sort of unveiled as we have the veil within the high priestess. We have that unveiling almost. Things clear up. If you're looking for a relationship, if you're seeking out a relationship, I think that that online is sort of going to be your key here. Online is going to be your key. And I say that because of that net, because of almost that internet feel that we have with that unveiling. You're not in a relationship. So I think online is going to be your key for this. Is where you're going to meet some different types of people. I think you're going to meet someone and you're actually going to be going on trips with them, be going out with them, and be going forward into a relationship fairly soon, I think within the next few months. So you have the first card, which is the Magician. So this is news, right? This is news, talking about the Mercury, talking about that communication. And again, I think the communication being unveiled are things that are online, things that you find, people that you find online are going to lead you into a space to where you can have this rather cool adventure with someone. And I say adventure because we have the Fool as the last card. It's almost like you're leaving somewhere. You're going on a cruise or you're going on a trip with this person, even though you just met them. It's going to be this sort of big, booming, magical type relationship to where you really feel comfortable with them immediately. You feel like you know this person immediately. And again, we have peace right before this, that strong communication, that strong connection with it. So peace, and again, with 3 majors, points me to, with peace is really sort of brought together here. Peace is really sort of brought together here. And it's almost an opportunity that you have, an opportunity towards choices and making choices with this person, being able to go with this person, making trips with this person, even though you just met. I think the trust level is going to be fantastic. I think everything is going to be pretty good. I do think the person is going to be a Sagittarius. I really have this strong Sagittarius feel. Strong Sagittarius feel that the person has that adventurous spirit, and they want to go places. They want to do things. And you have a lot of these factors going in. But I think you will meet someone soon. I'll say within the next 4 to 6 months that you're going to be able to really comfortable with. And I think they're going to be a Sagittarius. They're going to have that Sagittarius type feel. You're going to find them on the internet. You're just going to run into them. And again, you'll be going on trips. You'll be going on places with them and all that. So as far as the general love reading, that looks really good. Looks really good. Let us know how the Sagittarius works out. Always love to know how relationships work out. Somebody comes in and say, yeah, I met a Sagittarius. We actually went on stuff, or we did stuff together. I think that's fun to hear the news about that. So thank you so much again for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. And let's see. All right, let's find out. After we do these 3 readings, I think we'll wrap it up for tonight. After the 3 readings. Let's find out about JR. Jocelyn wants to know, will A move back home? And then we got Brianna after that. And then we got Normally Kim and then Jade. And then we'll be done for tonight. And we'll come back tomorrow night and do a pre-release of all of the good stuff with the Echoes of Nature deck. Will A move back home? I got a yes or no question. What would be a good yes or no question? I'm thinking the Dark Mansion. Dark Mansion's a good yes or no question. I need to add the Golden Tarot. I need to add the Hermetic Tarot. I got a lot of these tarots that I need to be adding to this selection of decks. Anyway, so yeah, come back tomorrow if you didn't get your reading, and we're going to do that release. And tomorrow I think we're going to do all Echoes of Nature readings. I believe that. I believe so. Or at least a lot. Quite a bit. I do want to start the course as well. So will A move back home? Looking for movement cards. I'm looking for something like that. Basically, yes. You have the 8 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, the Empress and the Tower. Okay. So my question is, do you want to move? Do you want A to move back home? And I ask that because this is an odd situation. It's a very odd situation. So the question, yes or no, will A move back home? We have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands and the Chariot. If you have a choice between the 8 of Wands and the Chariot in most decks is stationary. If you look at the Rider-Waite-Smith, it has huge wheels. They're not pointed forward. It's stationary. The 8 of Wands, on the other hand, is always sort of launching forward, moving forward, just exploding forward in this case with someone riding on it. Not only is this like a master of the obvious of movement, but it has this is the only deck that I know of that has somebody riding the wands. So it has riding the wands. So he's riding back. There is movement. He's on it. He's coming back. Basically, will A move home? This is an absolute 100% positive as far as the cards are concerned. That's the best card that you could possibly get. I just randomly picked the deck, and yeah, maybe somebody coming home. But again, now I ask the question, do you want A to move back home? And I ask this because of the Tower. The Tower is really poorly placed. It's almost like that when A comes home, it starts a sequence of events that's rather abrupt. Let's say abrupt. I'm not saying challenging, bad, good, abrupt. And that's what the Tower is about, is that abrupt boom, right? That boom out of nowhere, the big boom out of nowhere. And again, we have 2 majors sort of ending this particular yes or no question. And again, we're talking about this. There's going to be a disruption. There's going to be something that changes. There's big changes coming along with him. So if A does move back, A brings some big changes with him. So there's some changes coming. And the Empress points to that, I don't know, there's sort of that negotiation that needs to occur once A comes back home to try to get A back in normal state. because I think it's going to be disruptive for it's going to be disruptive for the parents. I think a lot of things are going to have to change in order for this to work back, to work out, to work back to where it needs to be. In other words, I don't think it's going to be a seamless transition. You see that from the tower. You see that from, just the entire spread. But yeah, I mean, we have the very, very positive Eight of Wands with somebody riding in it. It brings disruption. It brings change. So I think it's going to be an interesting thing to turn out for sure, to find out how that goes. Kevin, hey, how's it going? Natasha, welcome. I greatly appreciate both of you joining as well. So Brianna wants to know about North Carolina. Should I move out to North Carolina? I don't know. Find out. Should I move to... Should I move to NC? All right. Should I move to NC? Let's find out all the different types of things we have with NC. I think that's going to be a good one for the Little Prince. I think the Little Prince sort of holds the key here for the North Carolina movement. So are you just... so Brianna, do you have plans? I mean, do you have plans? Is this something to where you have something lined up already? Or are you just looking around? I mean, is there somebody in North Carolina you're thinking, I'm just going to go there and move in and hang out and then try for the prospects or what have you? Because I know you're in Vegas now and you're sort of trying to branch out and find other things because of what happened yesterday. So sorry about what happened yesterday. That's so terrible, by the way. It was so terrible, by the way. Yesterday was just a bad Monday. It was just bad. I don't know why. It just the stars did not align properly for that Monday. Normally Mondays aren't that bad, but that's how it goes. All right, North Carolina. What are we looking at? We're looking at judgment, looking at that rebirth, right? Rising above that rebirth. I think it'll be opportunities there for you as far as the rebirth is concerned, as far as judgment is concerned. Will those be the best opportunities? The Six of Wands points to no. May not be the best opportunity. This could be something a bit, because I really wish that the Six of Wands was right side up in this particular case, because that would just bring amazing news, because that is victory, right? That is victory. And victory reversed means victory will be delayed. In other words, you'll land there and you'll go through there. Let's see. Family friend helped me move until I get my feet. I like the nature and idea of living in the East Coast, but not cool with the politics. Okay. Yeah, the victory card being upside down means it's sort of going to be delayed. You're going to have a run-up speed, and the run-up speed could be a while. But I say that because of the Six of Swords. After that, again, points to that just that mixture of a good and bad. To the Two of Cups, I do think that you have some love opportunities there, or some opportunities for a relationship. I know you were looking sort of into that, but I think you do. The Two of Cups does have some opportunities for relationships over there. Seven of Wands being a defensive card means that it could be financially difficult at times, or you could have a bit of longer run-up speed than what you're thinking. So I don't know. You have this good and the bad. You have the good and the bad. I don't see a predominantly great spread where everything works out, everything is fantastic. Maybe if the Six of Wands there, but the Six of Wands is being mistreated by the Six of Swords and by the Seven of Wands. It's almost like, again, we have that mixture of, we have good, bad. We have bad, good, bad. It's not all the same. It's not all good. And it's not all bad. I think you do have love interest there. I wish that they would have more pentacles. I wish we would have maybe the Three of Pentacles, maybe the Eight of Pentacles would be fantastic here. I really think that would point us towards a stable job, something good that was waiting there for you. You do have a love interest, but you can get that anywhere type of thing. Being defensive or trying to get on the defensive, trying to earn that money, trying to find things once you're there. Again, being a new place, being unfamiliar, it may take more time. Basically, you have a good and bad situation. If you want to chase that, that's up to you. But man, I really wish we had better cards than that. As far as North Carolina was concerned. Anyway, here you might as well stay here. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, again, Vegas is a huge huge place for jobs and whatnot, and you did have a good job, and hopefully you can get another one over there. I know that, let's see, next year, we still need to run the astrology for next year to find out what's going on with all that, as far as relationships and all this stuff. So kind of interested in your astrology. I hooked up with this Cancer guy a few times, started to have feelings for him. Does he have feelings for me? All right, let's find out from NK. NK wants to know, hooked up, do they have feelings? And then we'll find out about Jade. Jade, thank you for your patience. If you're still here, I greatly appreciate your patience. Biological father don't want to meet me someday before he's gone. How is he now? I can relate. I'm adopted, so I can relate. I can relate, Jade. It's going to be a good reading, Jade. All right. Normally, Kim wants to know about, I hooked up. Do they have feelings for me? What would be a good hookup card? Good hookup cards. Thinking regular playing cards. We haven't done regular playing cards in a while. We'll do regular playing cards. Find out about a hookup. Whoa. That one came right up there. That one came right up there. Ace of Spades. I am a card magician. I did not do anything there, I swear. You'd think I could shuffle better. Like at one point in my life, I actually made a living as a magician. I think I could shuffle a little better, but nope. 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 And that one wants to come out as well. King of Hearts. That is very interesting. If they have feelings, basically, yes. A couple more. That one, and that one. And those two. Just a bunch of them. Just a bunch of them. Get an unusual spread here going. There we go. I've not done this in quite some time. It's kind of fun. Kind of fun. Just throw them everywhere. Throw the cards all over the place. Find out what shakes out. Find out what shakes out of here. So, the good news is they can't be reversed. Well, one of them can. I think one or two can, but predominantly they can't be reversed. So, yeah, let's find out. Do they have feelings for you? Yes. Yes. They do have feelings for you. They do have feelings for you. Is it going to be the strongest feelings? It seems like that they're in a hookup situation. They're in a hookup mindset. In other words, they're in a hookup mindset. This is somebody who may not be looking for a long-term relationship. So I assume that you're looking after the hookup for something that's going to be more long-term. I think that you do have friends with benefits possibilities here. Absolutely, friends with benefits, by far, absolutely positive as far as this is concerned. Is this person looking for a long-term relationship? I don't see that. I see that they more are looking for hookups. They more are looking for a short-term relationship. You could possibly get into a short-term relationship with this person, but again, they are in that mindset, or they are in that pathway that leads them to the situations that you two got in, right? And that seems to be a pathway that they enjoy, a pathway that they're comfortable with. Obviously, will they stay there for the rest of their life? Will they just only hook up for the rest of their life? No. But for a short-term relationship, I think this person would be suitable. I think they do have feelings for you. I think that they could get wrapped up within that. As far as a long-term relationship, again, the cards are not saying that that's so. Cards are saying that you could have a friends with benefits, or you could have something to where you do go out and you have sort of a relationship. But, on Facebook, you'll have that relationship status that says it's complicated. I think that sort of describes this. It's complicated. It's not going to be a traditional 50s sitcom, right? Not going to be a traditional 50s sitcom relationship. But again, they're in that mindset. And again, will they be there forever? No. Will they be accepting to a relationship at some point? Yes. Will they be accepting into a relationship with you? Possibly. But they need to get out of that mindset, and they need to move into a more stable mindset, more of a Cancer mindset, where the Cancer likes that family, that stability, maybe even Taurus, where the Taurus likes that stability as well. They're just not there yet. Can you get them there? Maybe. Working to change somebody a lot of times works against us, but I mean, yeah, they just need to get out of that mindset into something more stable, into something more of what you're thinking about, right? More of what you're thinking about. But right now they're not there. It's going to take a lot of work to drag them into that. But if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to do all that work, that's fine. Is this person really that important to you is my question, right? Are they really that important to you? That's going to be up to you to decide, but that's just what the cards say. And by the way, normally Kim, let me know if that resonates. I greatly appreciate your donation. Thank you again. Now for the question of the day. Jay, thank you so much. You're so awesome. Is my biological father won't meet me someday? I can relate, Jade. I'm adopted. I've never met, well, in Texas they seal your records. So you have to hire someone to get them and all that. And it's kind of a weird situation. Does my bio dad want to meet someday? So let's talk about adoption before we do this. This is our last reading anyway. I just want to talk about adoption for a minute. Undeniable. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. If you have not hit like and subscribe, please do that. I appreciate it. But let's talk about adoption. It's a weird situation. It is weird. And I'm talking about this because I'm adopted. Never met my biological parents. Never did all of that. So let's talk about adoption. It's a weird situation because what happens if your biological mom or your biological dad are married again, right? And they never told their family that they adopted out somebody, right? Or they took somebody into adoption. Now, and then here you come along and you're like, hey, and then all of a sudden you may sort of disrupt everything, right? And you're kind of worried about that. And maybe they already told everybody, and maybe you wouldn't disrupt anything. Maybe it would be this grand celebration of wanting to find the your child and stuff. You never know. It's this weird unknown space. And I've thought a lot about it, Jade. I mean, it sounds like you've thought a lot about it as well, but I mean, I have as well. So you really never know what you're going to get. So I think for accuracy, because I think that this is the most accurate deck I have, we're going to do the Thoth. We're going to give it a good shuffle. We're going to take this nice and slow, put down a lot of cards, and find out what's happening here. Because I'm really interested in finding this out for you, and I think it's important to find this out for you and see how this goes. All right, put that back and mix them up a little bit more, and then try it out now. See how it goes. So the question is, by the way, Jade wants to know, does my biological father want to meet me? And we'll see how that goes. Have parents, I may have parents. Yeah, I think a lot of people are adopted. I think you have a lot of people that are adopted. And again, you get into that situation where you really don't know what's at the other end of the table, right? You don't really know. Eduardo, thank you so much for your subscription. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So let's read these. Let me explain how I read these and how I come to the conclusion that I'm going to come to. So we'll go card by card. All right. This really points to the planting of the seeds, or the planting of things. And this points me to that this person, the biological father. By the way, Jay, let us know if you already know. Do you know this person? I mean, do you know who they are? Do you know where they are? Have you made plans to meet them? Are you asking the question because you're going to meet them? Or are you still don't know who they are and you're just curious? So if you're curious, if you should like spend the money to research it or what have you. Because I know that we have a lot of online genealogy programs and all that stuff where you can send in your DNA and then you can find people, etc. But the planting the seeds, and this card being that blossoming of seeds, or that blossoming of family almost, this points me to, Jade, that this person has a family, or this person has a family structure. Have tried to find him. Yeah, this person has a family. So it goes back to my original point, right? Do they have a family? Do they not have a family? Are they alone? What type of impact would you have entering their life? And the person does have a family. So this is what we have. Entertainment purposes only, by the way. I think the person has a family, and what we're pointing to that. The sun really sort of points into that situation. So what about the family, or what about this particular person? I think that they suffer from depression. I think that they have an issue with depression. And that's not, that's not a knock on anyone. That's not bad news. Um, it's not bad news. It's not a knock on anyone. It's just that he has depression, and he's made a lot of progress in dealing with that depression because the card is reversed. He's made a lot of progress in dealing with that. Maybe on medications. He's trying to fix that. That's a point in his life that he's getting handled. And that's not, again, bad. I mean, like half of America suffers from depression? I mean, it's no big news there, right? No big news. But this is a big contention. This is a point in his life that he needs to handle because he does get down. He does things hit him hard when they get bad news. And you see that from the next sort of that cloud that you have with Saturn and Taurus. And the Saturn and Taurus means that things aren't going too well as far as his life is concerned, right? Things aren't going too well. It could be a lot of different challenges going on. Could be a lot of movement happening. Could be volatile relationships. Could be volatile work environment. But a lot of different things are happening right now, and it's not good. He's not in the best time of his life. He's not in the best time to deal with some of the things that are coming up. Maybe it's because of the depression. Maybe it's because he got into a situation like many of us do to where we're just down on our luck. A lot of things happen. So not a great time right now as far as he's concerned, his emotional state and things like that. So now we come to sort of the answer to your question. Which is, does he want to meet? We want to start this communication? And this being upside down, right? The sword penetrating the crown of Kether, the sword penetrating that crown, and that start of the swords, the communication, that beginning of communication, that launch of communication, being upside down, being reversed means this is not a good time. This is definitely not a good time. And obviously, we've seen hints of this from over here, right? We've seen hints of this. So we knew this was coming because we've seen the two hints. But now would not be a good time for that. Would not be a good time to sort of launch into that and stuff like that. It looks like do they want to meet someday? Absolutely. We see that over here. Do they want to meet someday? Absolutely. Do they want to meet today? No. Do they want to meet today? Do they want to deal with this today? Do they want the extra stress? Do they want the extra stuff that comes with this? It doesn't seem like this is the right time. This is going to be the right time. Do they want it eventually? And your question was someday? Absolutely. We have some great cards here. They're reversed, meaning it's delayed, right? They want that delay, but we have some beautiful cards here, but delayed. So delay. So as far as advice is concerned, it would be better to wait until the situations settle, delay it a bit. But yeah, they do want to meet you. I think it's just something they do want to meet you, and it's interesting to them, and it'd be fun for them, just maybe not right now. Anyway, let me know if you have any follow-up questions. I appreciate it. Because this is important to us, right? Us adoptees, I'm just saying, us adoptees, we do want to know about that. And it's so interesting because now you have a father, family situation going, then you have the mother, completely different situation going, and you don't know which one you want to meet. You don't know when you want to meet them. You don't know what's going on in their life. But as far as tarot is concerned, someday sounds good. Yeah, not in front of his tomb. Yeah, just it seems to delay it, right? Delay it. Again, don't delay it forever, just delay it. But I do want to meet you. We have some great cards at the end. And they really point to some positive outcomes at a future date. But anyway, thank you for your question, Jay. I greatly appreciate it. And, as I said before, I completely understand where you're coming from. And I really appreciate you stopping by today. And I appreciate all of you stopping by today. Please, speaking of which, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, 30 minutes earlier than today, we're releasing this deck. You can go buy it, and it'll be $39. If you like these graphics, if you like animals, if you like nature, the Echoes of Nature goes on sale tomorrow on Kickstarter. And by the way, that link, if you want to keep that in your thing, goes there. And first 30 people to order it. The reason I did that is because I usually have around 30 viewers. So I want my viewers, by the way, to get their deck at a discount. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm letting you know first before random people wandering Kickstarter get the discount. I want you to have the discount. In addition, if you say that you saw me on stream, I'll send out a survey. A survey basically asks for your address if you buy it. If you say that, I'm going to put a question called, where did you hear about me? If you say stream, I'm going to ship yours first. You're just going to be the first shipped out. So you'll get it early and you'll get it cheap. That's my design. That's what I want for my stream. Anyway, greatly appreciate it. Again, if you didn't get your question answered, come back tomorrow and I will see you then and see you for the release.